Good morning, dear students. Let me again welcome the 9th class students to this session of English 2. In today's class, we have revision class 2. You got the revision class 1 class today, and the subsequent classes will be given to you. Okay? As I have told you, we will have 3 different classes to cover up all your revision classes. In our previous class, we discussed something. Today we will discuss, and in another class also we will discuss some other things available in your course. The syllabus we have stipulated up to your half-year examination. Okay? So therefore, before going to discuss anything that comes under this revision class 2, let's have a little concentration. For that, please sit Siddha and have Dhyan Mudra and have Brahmanath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Relax. Dear students, in the previous class, in our revision class 1, we discussed about the topic subject verb agreement. And for that, we have also understood lots of instructions given to us to make agreements between the subject and verb. And today we will have another topic to discuss, and today's topic is the correct use of nouns. The correct use of noun. You know, the noun is very important part of this speech. So last class we were also discussing about the noun, because subjects are often nouns and they have the singularity, plurality and everything. And as far as nouns are concerned, we understood nouns have been used in 3 different ways. Nouns have 3 different forms that we already know. Nouns can be used as subjects, then we can use as object, and can be its possessive. Possessives. Understand? For example, let me tell you, we can say Rama. In object also we can say Rama. For possessive we can say Ramos. Rama apostrophe S. So we have understood about the subject, object, the agreement between the verb and the subject and everything. In the previous class, while we revised our previous discussions, today also we are going to revise our previous discussion. Nothing new, but just recall what we have understood in our earlier discussions. So today, as far as the correct use of a noun is concerned, we will discuss only about the use of these possessive cases. Yes or no? Possessive cases. That means how correctly we can use the possessive cases of the nouns. This is the matter to discuss. And you know, when we talk about the possessive case, the possessive cases means the question comes whose. Possessive means the question comes whose. You can say it is Rama's book, Hari's computer, my notebook, his cycle. So this his, mine, Hari's, Ramos we have been using in our speeches. They often talk about the possessive case of the noun, and answering the question is whose. Understand? So, when we want to know the possessive cases, we know that these possessive cases of these nouns or the subjects can be expressed in two ways. You see, whose can be of two ways. One is to show ownership. To show the ownership. Who is the owner? This is my pen. I am the owner. This is Ramo's book. Ramo is the owner. Sometimes for this, what we say, we use Ramos, means apostrophe S we are using. So, besides showing this ownership in the possession of someone, we can say some other way using the possessives. What are those ways? Let me write over here so that you can better understand. Okay? You see, while talking about the possessive of something, we normally talk about the ownership of someone where we are using apostrophe S. If it is a singular subject, we use apostrophe S, that way living being. Okay? So, if it is a plural subject, then also we use apostrophe S, but if that plural noun is ending with S, then we put an apostrophe after the S to show its possessive case. That how we will discuss. Similarly, we use possessive cases while we are talking about the authorship. Author means who is the writer. That I have already told you earlier. So, author means, you see, Thomas Hardy's novels, Shakespeare's dramas, Wordsworth's poems. Understand? So, these are the authorship. While speaking about the authorship, we use apostrophe S. Similarly, when we talk about the origin, we say a court's order. The origin of this order is from the court. Court's order. Understand? So similarly, when we talk about the kind, a type, different types. For example, I have already told you mother's love. So we get love from different people. Brother loves me, everyone loves us. But how mother loves a child is completely different from mother's love. Understand? So therefore, while we are expressing the kind, the authorship and the origin, we use possessives for the nouns. Okay? And as we understood that while talking about everything, possessive cases, we need to understand three different things from this topic and for the correct use of nouns. What are they? So, the things we will discuss today about this correct use of noun and basically about the possessive case is about the formation. What we will discuss? We will discuss today about number one is formation. You see, today we will discuss the correct use of nouns and the correct use of nouns concerning the possessive case of nouns and where we can make the possessive case, that fundamentally we understand. But the thing is that today's discussion will include three different topics. What are they? First one is the formation of possessive case. That means how can we make the possessive case of nouns. Similarly, next is what? Uses of possessive case. That means how we will use these possessive cases. That means in what places these possessive cases can be used. Often, every time, everywhere, we cannot use the possessive case. Similarly, we understand the singular and plural use of nouns, where we will use the singular noun, where we have to use the plural noun, everything, and which noun is considered as singular, which noun is considered as a plural, that we will understand serially. Understand? So let's understand what different instructions given to us about the formation of a possessive case. Let me write on this board so that you can better understand. Okay? Here you see, now we are going to discuss that how we can form the possessive case of nouns. That means the formation of possessives. Formation means creation. How we can create the possessive case. Just like we have written Ramos possessive case, the possessive case of Ramo. We can make Ramo apostrophe S is Ramos. Similarly, suppose we will say children, Children. Children's, that means here children's park. That means this park is only meant for children. But here you see children is already a plural subject. Understand? So whenever we are talking about the possessive case of children, we have to make apostrophe S. But to contradict this view, we have some other thing. Suppose we are talking about a plural subject and that plural subject is ending with S, then how we can make the possessive case? For example, you see this when we talk about boys school. That means here the plural subject is ending with S, so here we cannot make apostrophe S or we cannot make another apostrophe S after this. So we have to just put an apostrophe after the boys school, girls classroom, girls common room. Understand? So in this case, when a plural subject is ending with S and we need to make its possessive case, then we have to put an apostrophe after the S. Similarly, we can say girls apostrophe S. But if a plural subject does not end with S and we want to make its possessive case, then we have to put apostrophe S just like Ramos. Okay, this is the case only for living things. For non-living things, the lifeless things, we cannot make apostrophe S, that we have already discussed. Today we are briefly recalling our past discussions as I have already told you. Understand? And for that to talk about the possessive case of a non-living thing, we have to use not apostrophe S, we have to use of for that. Similarly, you see, we cannot write the chair's leg. We cannot say the chair's leg. Here, chair is a non-living thing. We cannot make chair's leg like Ramos book. We cannot make chair's leg because chair is a non-living thing. In that case, to show the possessive case of this chair, what we have to do? We have to write over here the leg of the chair. Understand? The switch of the board, the keyboard of the computer. Computer's keyboard we cannot say. This is only the difference over here we should understand. So of we are using for non-living things, the lifeless things, whereas apostrophe S and S apostrophe, as I have told you, used only for living beings. Okay, so this is what we understood. Similarly, some other cases we can form the possessive case of these nouns. You see, possessives at the last word of a phrase. Suppose we have a phrase. The king of Bengals. The king of Bengal, apostrophe S. The Nawab of Muzaffars. Understand? So here, the king of Bengals, the last word is the king of the Bengals. Bengal is a phrase, and the last word we have made the possessive case over there. We cannot make kings of Bengal. We cannot make like such. So in accordance to this rule, the possessive at the last word of a phrase. In accordance to this rule, we have written like this. We know this. For your recalling of your understanding, I am just briefly revising them. Please concentrate and be confident for your day-to-day interactions and for your examinations as well. See, similarly, another Some other time we also form the possessive case of a noun when the possessive is put at the word in apposition. In apposition. In apposition means when you were in 8th class you must have understand. Suppose when the same word is written consecutively, you see Kalidas, the poet. Kalidas, the poet. So here Kalidas is himself the poet and the poet is himself Kalidas. We have just written consecutively to give more information about Kalidas. Who is Kalidas? The poet who was Kalidas. Kalidas, the poets are very good. Kalidas, the poets, here the poets is the apposition of Kalidas. So we are giving the possessive case only at the apposition word, not from the beginning, the main word. Okay, Kalidas, the poems are very good. Understand? So whenever we get the appositions, we have to give, if necessary, to give the possessive case over there. If it is important, it is the need to make the possessive case over there in the apposition. In the appositions, we must have to give the possessive case at the word in apposition, not at the beginning. Okay? So you understood? So similarly, some other cases you see when two nouns are closely connected. Two nouns are closely connected, consecutively written, and the possessive is put to the letter. That means the next one. Here is the former, it is letter. Similarly, if we are writing William and Mary. William and Mary's rule was not the golden period. So you see William and Mary, the king and queen, once were ruling over the British kingdom. So William and Mary were the rulers of England once upon a time. In the history of England, those who are the students of history of England, they can better understand. But William and Mary's rule, that means collectively while they were ruling. Okay, so here William's and Mary's we cannot write, it is collectively William and Mary both collectively were ruling over England once upon a time. Therefore, when two singular nouns are connected to each other consecutively, the latter one, this is the formal, the latter one carries the possessive case. Understand? So when the two nouns are closely connected, the possessive is put to the latter. We cannot make Williams and Mary rule. We can make William and Mary's rule. Johnson and Johnson's products. Okay? Understood? So similarly, these are the situations when we need to make the formation of possessives of different nouns based on these instructions. Similarly, let's have another such instruction over here, which we will understand how we will form the possessive case. You see, two or more connected nouns. Here two connected nouns. Understand? Similarly, if two or more nouns are connected, if implying separate possession, if they are talking about separately, they are individuals, they are not connected. Collectively we are not talking, we are talking separately. So you see one thing, then we must take the separate possession. For example, see, we will write over here one example, you will better understand. Let me write. Here you see two or more connected nouns implying separate possession. must take separate possessives. You see, Ramos and Hari's writings are not similar. Ramos is an individual person, Hari is an individual person. But while we were writing William and Mary's rule, that means the ruling period, they collectively they were ruling over the country. But here the action or the writings of individual writings. Therefore, Ramos' writing and Hari's writing are simply different, not similar. Similarly, Amitabh's and Mithun's actings were different. Understand? So here we are, these nouns are implying separate entities, separate things, separate personalities. Therefore, we have to give possession separately, not collectively. So you understood today. Now we understood the first of all what are the how to form the possessives, the formation of possessive case instead of nouns. Let's understand how can we use the possessive cases. You understood when we use apostrophe s, when s apostrophe, when of, when we use the phrase and the end of the word of the noun phrase contains the apostrophe case. Similarly, when we are talking about appositions, appositions often take possessive case. Similarly, when we talk about more nouns connected and the letter one contains possessive case. When we have more than one nouns connected and they have individual positions, in that case we give possessives individually. These are how we can have the formation of possessive case. Let's understand the use of possessive case. Okay, let me write something. Here you see, now we are understanding about the use of possessive case. That means when we will use the possessive case. In what situation it is necessary to use the possessive case of the noun. The reasons and the situations when we need to make the possessive case of noun have been given over here. Just understand, there are a lot of such instructions. Let's understand a few among them. You see, nouns denoting personified things. If any noun is talking about as a personified thing, it is given as a personification of it. So, for example, when we talk about the nature, it is nature's law. When we talk about the duty, it is duty's call. So, duty is given a personified. We personified the duty, we personified nature as a being. So similarly for them, we use the possessive case like such. Duty is called nature's law. Understand? Similarly, when we have the living things, for them we use the possessive case like Ramos book, students union. Students is ending with apostrophe s, therefore to make its possessive we have made an apostrophe after the s to show its possessive case. In this case we use the possessive case. Similarly, when we want to talk about dignified things means you see important things, very important. For example, court's order. Someone has given me order means it can be disobeyed. But when court is given this order, it is necessary, it is imperative to follow the order. So it is court's order. Court is a dignified object or place or a department or you can say an institution. It has given the order should be followed. Similarly, sun's ray. Sun is a dignified object for us. Therefore, when we talk about the ray from the sun, you can say it is sun's ray. Understand? So in the dignified objects also we need to use possessive case for them using apostrophe s. Understand? So despite they are not living things, you see sun is not a living thing, court is not a living thing, but still they are dignified objects. Therefore just like human beings, living beings, we have made the possessive case, possessives to them. Similarly, when we are talking about time, we use the possessive case. It is 5 days work. It is 3 weeks time. Understand? Okay, months, weeks, apostrophe days, we can write like such. Similarly, when we talk about the space, it is the board's space. How much board spacious is the board? The same space means board's space. Stones throw. That means when we throw a stone, how far it can go? That is the distance we are talking about. Therefore, stones throw. That means the distance can only be measured when our stone reaches up to a certain place. So it is the distance is stones throw. Understand? So in this case also we use possessive cases. Similarly, when we talk about the weight also we need to use possessive case. Like pounds is a kind of a measurement. Similarly, tons, what do you say? The quintals. Understand? Okay, so in this case, pounds, tons, quintals also we need to use possessive case. Similarly, when we talk about value, we also use possessive case. This rupees, 10 rupees worth, 100 rupees worth. Similarly, 1 shilling's worth. Shilling is kind of money. Just rupees is money, shilling, pound, dollar. These are the monies of the rupees, or you can say the values of different currencies from different countries. Understand? When we use this, we need to use possessive case. Similarly, there are some other instructions, there are some other times and places we also need to use the possessive case. Let me write. You understood this? Very good. Let me write some others so that you can better understand and revise our previous discussion and understandings. See, we use the possessive case of nouns when it is in certain phrases for shortness. When we want to make a phrase in that case and make a small phrase to express a long meaning, in that case also we use a apostrophe or possessive case of the nouns. You see, it is fingers and. It is fingers and. That means at the end of his finger. Instead of making a long sentence, it is fingers and we can say. Similarly, for the sake of your mercy. Instead of telling that, we can make for mercy's sake. Similarly, the boats of crew. The boat's crew. That means the crew members of the boat. Instead of making long sentences, we can make a shortcut phrase so that anyone can better understand. Boat's crew. Crew means those members are traveling through that boat. They are called crew. The boat's crew. Instead of writing the crew members of the boat. A long sentence, we have made it shortcut using this possessive case. So similarly, to his journey's end, to the end of his journey. Instead of talking a long sentence, we can say to his journey's end. In this way, we can also use the possessive case over here with the nouns. So similarly, there are some other instructions also we should understand when we will use the possessive case of the noun. Let me write so that you can better understand. Okay? You see, here is another instruction when we use the possessive case of noun. We are discussing briefly the use of the possessive case of noun. Don't be confused. This thing we have already discussed previously. Now we are just revising so that you can recall your past understanding. That's all. Nothing else. We are just briefly recalling them so that we can recall whatever we understood earlier. You see, here a noun denoting some kind of a place or building. If we are talking about a noun and that is identifying as a building or a place, in that case also we can use the possessive case over there with the noun. What is that? You see, at my uncle's. So, where it is uncle's means what? Uncle's house. We are not writing over house. When we have written uncle's, it is easily understood that it is uncle's house. So, it is not necessary to write house. because it is talking about a building or a place. Similarly, we can say at the barber's. Barber's means what? Barber's shop, you can say. When we talk about the barber's, it means barber's shop. Barber's shop is a place, or you can say a building or a shop somewhere else. Okay, so in that case, we use possessive case over there to amplify, to denote as a shop or a building or a house or a place. Understand? Similarly, when we talk about the at Queens, Queens means what? Queens, when we are talking about the college, when Queen's College is there, when we are talking about the college which is a building, in that case instead of writing this college, we can write up to Queen's. It's a noun. That means Queen's College. Everybody can understand. So when a noun denoting some kind of building or a place, we can use the possessives for them, and the examples you understood over here. Similarly, there are some other situations we use the possessive case of nouns. Let's write and understand the best. Okay, you understood this? Very good. Here is another instruction when we need to use the possessive case of noun, that is also given over here. You see, when for persons in second noun. Suppose we have written a phrase where there are two nouns are available. The second noun we should use the possessive case over there. Example is given: a friend of Mohan's. That means one of Mohan's friend. One of Mohan's friends means a friend of Mohan's. Similarly, a play of Shakespeare's. This is a play is a noun. The second noun taking the possessive case. We use the possessive case at the second noun. So we cannot write plays of Shakespeare. We cannot write. So when we are talking about a phrase and that has two nouns and the second noun takes the possessive case. Okay. So similarly, but since Mohan's and Shakespeare are the human beings, therefore we could use apostrophe s for them. But if it is a non-living thing, we cannot use apostrophe s like such. You see, if we are writing a leg of chairs, it is wrong. We cannot say a leg of chairs. Okay, a leg of chairs we cannot write. We can write a leg of the chair. Understand? So we cannot write a chair's leg even, as we know. We can write a leg of the chair or a leg of the chair. Okay, so we cannot write it like we are writing for the human beings. There is another instruction. Let's understand when we use the possessive case of noun. Let me write. Okay. See here, as we know that we are not making possessive case of nouns for living things only. You also know that we make the possessive case for the non-living things. But the difference is that when we make the possessive case of living things, we use apostrophe s or s apostrophe to make their possessive case. Possessive, to show their possessiveness. But here, for non-living things, as I have already told you, we use of to show their possessive case. Okay, to show their possessive or possessive. So here we cannot write the chair's leg, the leg of the table or leg of the chair we have to write. We cannot write even the leg of chairs. Understand? So similarly, the cover of the book, the color of the shirt. Understand? The cap of the pen's cap we cannot write. Shirt's color we cannot write. But we cannot use the possessive like such. But we have already discussed in some situations, just like board's length, when we are talking quintals. Understand? So in that case, you should revise so that to distinguish between the non-living thing. Sometimes non-living things also take this apostrophe as possessive. But the situation is necessary when we make apostrophe possessives to non-living things by adding apostrophe s as well. But generally we cannot use apostrophe s to make the possessive case of non-living things. For that we use of. Okay, now we understood the use of a possessive case. So till now we understood two different things. One is the formation of a possessive case, and next we understood is the use of possessive case. Now we will understand how we can have the use of countable and uncountable. Use of the singular and plural use of nouns. The singular and plural use of nouns. Understand? We can understand where we will use the singular noun, where we will use the plural noun. What is singular? What is plural? Let's understand about this. Let me write so that you can better understand. Okay? See, now we are discussing the singular and plural use of nouns. Some nouns can be used as singulars only. Some nouns can only be used as plural. So which nouns are considered always singular and which nouns are considered often plural, and we use the singular verbs with singular nouns and plural verb with plural noun. Let's understand basically, briefly about them. So the following nouns used only as singular. Some noun names have been written over here. If we are using them in our statement and speeches or writing, we should often think they are singular. We can never use the plural verb with them. They must often use a singular verb with them because they are considered as singular. So you see, what are they? Like furniture. We cannot make furnitures. The furnitures in my house we cannot write. The furniture in our house. Understand? Similarly, the scenery. Scenery cannot be the plural noun. Similarly, luggage. Luggage cannot be the plural noun. Machinery cannot be the plural noun. Information, we cannot write informations. Mischiefs also we cannot write. Mischief is itself a singular noun. So similarly, issue, offspring, these words if used in our statement, you must think that they are often singular nouns and we must use a singular verb with them. Then only we can have the agreement between the verb and subject, as we discussed in our previous class. Okay, so these nouns often used as singular nouns and take singular verbs. Let's understand some other nouns, whether we can use them as singular or plural. Let's write and understand. Okay. Here you see, sometimes we encounter with different nouns. And we are confused from time to time in understanding and recognizing, identifying whether the noun is a singular noun or a plural noun. It is a matter of confusion while reading and listening. So some nouns, while we are coming across, we feel that they are plural nouns, but because their form is plural. Their construction is like such, everybody, the layman can easily think that it is a plural noun. But its meaning is singular, its sense is singular. So you see, there are some of the nouns, their formation, their construction is singular, but plural, but their sense is singular. And we often use singular verb with them. What are those words are plural in form and singular in sense? Some of the words are given over here. What are they? You see, when we talk about the innings, my best innings was in 2019 World Cup. Similarly, wages, politics, physics, means, summons, news, and mathematics, economics, etc. These are the words when a layman comes across, thinks they are plural nouns. Because every noun is ending with S, when we normally think that when something ends with S, it is a plural noun. But here you see, these constructions, these words are plural in their construction. They look like plural nouns, but they are singular in sense. Therefore, we have to use singular verb with them. The news is important these days. The summons is sent to him. Okay, economics is an important subject in today's life. Mathematics is an important subject in our education. Understand? Means can be singular as well as plural. If means are only one means, we consider the means of education these days is online classes. There are different means we can use to learn. Understand? Means different technologies we can use to learn. That means when we consider it is a plural, they have the plurality, then we can use a plural verb with them. Means and pains we discussed in the last class. But means here ends with s, despite this fact that its meaning, its sense is singular, sometimes it can have plurality in its meaning. Understand? So if these words are used, we should know that they are plural in form but singular in sense. Therefore, we have to use a singular verb with them to make the agreement between the subject and the verb. Let's understand some other rules. Okay? You see, there are some nouns. The following nouns never used as singular forms. We can never use those nouns in singular form. They are often in plural forms. Understand? They are often in plural forms. We can never use them as singular forms, and they are always in plural form and often use plural verb with them. What are those words? Let's understand. Like alms, riches, contents, circumstances, and things. These can never be used as singulars and in forms as well, and they are often plural nouns and they need plural verbs to make the agreement between the subject and the verbs. Alms are, riches are, contents are, circumstances are, things. So these things have been given, and still have is the plural verb. So these words can never be used as singular in form, and they often are used as plural in form and often use plural verbs with them to make agreement between the subject and verb. Similarly, some other such instructions to identify the singularity and plurality of this noun, let's understand. Okay? Here you see some other nouns to which we can never take as singular nouns. They are often used as plural. What are those nouns? Those nouns have in a single unit, but it has two identical similar parts. Okay? If a tool, that means a tool that has two parts, similar parts, but in one unit, that is considered as a plural subject or plural noun, and we must use a plural verb with them to make the agreement. What are those nouns? Those nouns like scissors. Scissors means we use scissor. Scissor has two different parts in one unit, but it is not a singular noun. It is plural, and we have to use scissors are. Tongs. Tongs means two identical things you must have seen. Tongs, two tips. We just catch something. The goldsmiths, the blacksmiths have been using, even doctors, medicals, the tongs have been used as a tool. That is often a plural subject and use a plural verb with that. Similarly, spectacles, you see, spectacle has two identical parts. We cannot use a spectacle. We often use spectacles and must use a plural verb with this. Similarly, trouser, we have a trouser. Trouser is also having two similar parts, but in one unit. Still, it is considered as a plural noun, and plural verb must be used with them, so that it can have the agreement between the verb and the subject. You understand? Anything that has two similar units is often considered as a plural noun and needs to use the plural verb to have the agreement between this verb and the subject. Okay, let's understand other instructions of singular and plural use of nouns. Okay, here also another instruction to identify the noun as a singular or plural you see. So sometimes we are using collective nouns. Collective nouns, they are singular in form. When we see them, we think it is a singular noun. But they have plural in sense, so we often use a plural verb with them. The examples of such collective nouns are used over here. You see, gentry. Gentry means some gentle people living some what you can say below the king's rank people. Those who are highly social people, they are called gentry. Folk means a group of people, country people or countrymen can be called folk. Poultry means, poultry where we breed different animals, birds, you can say they are the poultry. Similarly, cattle means when we have large number of cows gathered in one place, they are the cattle. People, large number of persons collectively called people. Vermin means a large number of what you can say insects, the flying objects, even animals are called vermins. Those who are meant for destroying our crops, our animals, our poultry, they are called vermin. They look like singulars, but in reality they are plural in nature. They are plural, and we have to use plural verb with them. Similarly, a noun when used as an adjective. Suppose a noun, if we are using that as an adjective, that never takes a plural form. You see, a noun when used as an adjective never take a plural form. You see, one example is given over here. 5 rupees note. Here you see, this rupees is a noun. Here note is also a noun, but here rupees is functioning as an adjective of this note. Okay, so here this can never be considered as a plural in form. Okay, similarly, 3-hour examination. Here hour is a noun, and examination is also a noun, but here hour is functioning as an adjective of this examination, so it can never be plural. It is often considered singular and used singular form. Okay, so you understood this? So students, today we discussed about the correct use of nouns and the use of possessives. So in today's class we understood the 3 different things of this correct use of nouns. One is the formation of possessives. Second is use of possessives, and the third topic we now discussed is the singular and plural use of nouns. Which nouns are used as singulars, which nouns are used as plurals, we have briefly discussed, and just to recall our previous discussion. So today's discussion was collectively about the correct use of nouns. So I am sure you must have understood, you might have revised your discussions, the past understandings, and I wish you will go through this and try to understand. If you have any problem, any misunderstanding, you can anytime call me. I am there to help you. So today's class is our second revision class of English 2 for 9th class. Okay, and we will have another class where we will learn a different topic. That means the correct use of pronouns in next class. For today only this much. Wish you all the best, and I think you will understand, remember, and use perfectly in your examination, correctly in your examination. If any problem, you call me. I will make you more understand about your misunderstandings. For today only this much. Thank you. Wish you all the best.